Hey guys, it's T-Bates, and today I'm going to follow up on my Ghost Pepper challenge and do some items that I found while in Newport, Rhode Island over the past couple weeks when I was on vacation. Now, the first of the items I've already tried, a good bit actually, and that is Mrs. Renfro's Ghost Pepper Salsa. Pretty popular item from a lot of the pepperheads I've seen on here. As you can see, I've already eaten about half of it. I love it, but I'm going to do a taste test on here and kind of explain what I think about it. There's also a spice shop I found while up there that had not just spices, but peppers, pepper extracts, and things of that nature. So I have 3 of those that I'm going to try. The first one being bird's eye peppers. I'm going to eat, I guess, about 2 of these because they're pretty small. I also have ghost pepper sea salt and Trinidad scorpion sea salt. Now I've tried all 3 of these already. I used the bird's eye and chili, and I've tried the ghost pepper and scorpion in a little bit of a sprinkle just to get the idea of what they taste like and the heat level. I think the bird's eye pepper is around 325 to 350,000 Scoville units, so it's about a third of a ghost pepper. Ghost pepper and scorpion obviously are a lot hotter, but since they're refined into a salt form, they're going to be a little bit less hot. That doesn't mean they're not spicy, it just reduces the amount of heat you're going to get. So we're going to do all 4 of these in this video. I'm going to start out with the bird's eye pepper. And I have some milk next to me. I'm not going to rely on it because this isn't like a full pod eating challenge. But I'm going to keep them next to me in case things get a little bit hot. So here's the 2 little bird's eye peppers that I pulled out of there. So let's go ahead and start with those. They got kind of a smoky flavor. Really good burn. So it's not immediate, but it's pretty close to immediate. Man, they are pretty hot though. I'd recommend being careful how many of these you add to something because they do have a lot of seeds in them. Since they're dried, they're going to hit a little bit easier. Okay. Yeah, these are about 3 times as hot as a habanero. Close to it, at least. They have good flavor to them. The heat's pretty bad. Like I said, nowhere near as a ghost pepper. It's about a third of that way. But it's still pretty hot. You're going to get a good kick out of these. So if you ever find bird's eyes, I don't know what they look like when they're fresh, but they're tiny. So I am going to take a little swig of milk. But the heat's already starting to die off a little bit. I can't really say much what they taste like, as they're dried. There isn't a lot of flavor to them. It's more heat than anything else. It's getting under my tongue though. It's a lower jaw heat. Unlike the ghost pepper that was, it's getting a little bit in my throat too, but mostly in the upper area. The ghost pepper was kind of like a full mouth and throat experience, at least for me. Man. Okay. That wasn't that bad. It's starting to die down. Okay. I kind of want to wait to take the salt until this heat starts to die off, but it's taking a minute. Taking a hot minute to do it. So I'm going to eat a couple of these chips I have. I'm going to use for the ghost pepper salsa. Wash it down with a little more milk. There we go. All right. So this is the ghost pepper salt. I got my little spoon here. I'm not going to fill the whole thing. That's just stupid. But I am going to put a good pinch of the salt in here. So, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I got a decent amount. Not a whole... Ooh, I got a little bit of burnt burn. Excuse me. So not a whole bunch, but... Ooh! It's salty, obviously. To be honest, this actually isn't even as hot as the bird's eye pepper. I think it's because it's concentrated in the salt and kind of reduces the heat a little bit, but it's still pretty spicy. You still get a ton of that salt, though, because it's on the, I think, sea salt. It's the larger granules. Nothing terrible. I tried putting this in chili the other night, but I put at least like 2 or 3 pinches into my chili, and it really didn't make it that much spicier. I think it's better for using it as a marinade or some kind of spice for something that you're going to have very little of, if you really want it to like bring out that flavor and heat of the ghost pepper. But it still tastes really good. It has that flavor of a ripened ghost pepper. So now we're going to do the Scorpion Trinidad salt. We're going to do the same thing. Put a good pinch in here. Alright. And there we are again. You see that? Already that's much hotter. It has a... Wow. Okay, yeah. I've only eaten a couple granules of this. This is a lot hotter. Still not as hot as the bird's eye, because you're not getting those direct pepper seeds, but it has a really nice flavor to it. I don't know if this is what the Trinidad tastes like raw, but it's a really good flavor. I'd put that on pork and chicken, probably. Probably not steak. It's good, though. It's really good. And already it's dying off, so that tells you right there that it's really not that spicy. Maybe to a normal person it is, but I'm trying to build up my tolerance so I can try some of the super hots. I eventually want to try a chocolate bootleg, but it's going to take me a while to even find one. Considering one guy grows them. I think his name is Steven. I don't remember. So. Okay, now the burps are starting to burn a little bit more. It's good, though. So now we got the Mrs. Renfro's ghost pepper salsa. So let's slide this down here. Put a good scoop on there. There we go. Very tasty. This stuff is very, very tasty. Very good. It has the consistency of like a Tostito salsa. That's a very thick red salsa. Sauce-like. But it has a very nice burn to it. Nowhere near as hot as the raw pepper, like I said, the sauce. But it's hotter than the sauce. If you're going to eat this stuff by itself with chips, it's going to be closer to like a habanero burn, or maybe a little bit higher. If you're going to eat a ton of chips and salsa at one time, it's going to get a lot hotter. So, and I've done this when I first got it, but say you eat like 7 to 12, dunks in a short period of time, you're going to get a really decent burn. So this stuff is hot. It's just not hot like one chip at a time. I don't think that's the way it's meant to be eaten, though. It's more for flavor than anything else, and it tastes delicious. This stuff is honestly pretty addicting if you start eating it. It's got a really, really good flavor to it. It's got another burp. It's not got an overly pepper taste to it. It's not bitter. I don't really know how to describe it. It's just got this really, like a burn type flavor to it. It's something that you're going to want to eat a lot of, but you know that if you do, you're going to be shitting out fire the next day. So I wouldn't recommend doing that. Every time I've eaten it, it's given me some problems in the morning, but I'm usually eating it late at night, so that may be the reason. But yeah, it's got a great flavor. From what I realized, you can pick this up at Walmart. I don't know if it's every Walmart. I found it at Uncle Giuseppe's, which is an Italian grocery store. There's 3 of them in New York. And the one we went to was in Long Island, where my dad lives. And they have a lot of homemade cheeses, sandwich meat, Italian dinners they pre-make, all sorts of things. It's the craziest grocery store I've ever been to in my life, but they just happened to have this, so I picked it up and shipped it down here. I'm going to try and see if they have it at my local Walmart. When I was in Mississippi a few days ago, they had it at my grandfather's Walmart, which is in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. But they only had the habanero flavor, which I'm not too keen on getting. I really don't like habanero flavor, to be honest. So I'm assuming if that small Walmart has it, then a larger Walmart will most likely have the ghost pepper. But yeah, I think it was $5 or somewhere around there. I'd definitely pick it up. If you like a good heat, like salsa that tastes really good, that doesn't sacrifice taste for heat, this is a perfect salsa to pick up. Like I said, it's also the consistency of a Tostitos. So if you like a thick, hearty salsa, this is something that you're also really going to enjoy. I've been eating it on the border tortilla chips. They're corn-based. They're a little bit thicker, and they got a nice salt level. They're also really good on thick cantina chips that are, almost paper thin. But whatever kind of chip you eat, it's not going to matter. The salsa is fantastic, and you're going to enjoy it. And I'm going to go ahead and take a little bite, because this shit is delicious. So, final thoughts. I give the bird's eye pepper. For taste, I give it, I guess, I give it a high 3 out of 5. For burn, I give it about a 4 out of 5. The ghost pepper sea salt, for taste, I give a 3 because it's salty. Burns a 3 as well. It's not really that hot, but it's good to put into spices and stews and whatnot. Trinidad pepper salt is the burns, I guess, a 4, maybe like a high 3, low 4, and the taste about the same. It's about a 3, maybe a high 3. It's a little bit better than the ghost pepper in terms of taste, but it's still not that spicy. Now the ghost pepper salsa, for taste, I give it a 5. This stuff is delicious. And for burn, I give it a 4. Maybe like a 4.25 or something. I don't want to be too nitpicky, but it's not terribly hot unless you eat a ton of it at one point. Otherwise, that's all I have for now. I'm going to continue to find some more salsa, and peppers and salts and spices and all sorts of other things. I'm about to try and find a raw Trinidad scorpion to attempt to eat on here, but it's hard where I live to find those types of things without ordering them online. So in the meantime, I'm going to continue uploading gameplay videos. I've been out of town the past 2 weeks for various reasons, and I'm going to try and get back on schedule, even though school has started again for me. But in the meantime, expect not really a what do you call it, a scheduled upload for me. It's just going to be kind of random. But whatever. I'll do my best. Anyways, like I said, try the Mrs. Renfro's salsa. Go to your local Walmart, see if they have it. If they do, buy the shit out of it. Even if it's the habanero, you're going to enjoy it because it tastes really good. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.